Hi, I'm Captain Monte with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report. Looks like we're going to have a nice weekend. If the jetties are not too big for you, South Jetty and that 25 to 30 foot of water, and even on the North Jetty up over here at the tip. Cut Menhaden's been working probably the best. Live shrimp, but there's oversized reds or slot reds out here. First thing in the morning with live shrimp or your favorite plastics. Been some pretty good trout, especially on the back side of the North Jetty over here up against these rocks. We've also been catching, there's been a couple Spanish mackerel. There's been a lot of menhaden and mullet working all around the jetty. So this time of the year that the fish are just pretty congregated out here at both sides of the jetties. Even on the inside, if it gets a little too bumpy for those that can't handle the outside, start working this back inside and work these rocks all through here on both sides. There's been speckled trout. The trout have been coming in. They have live croaker at the bait stands. There's good fish all around here right now. Those of you in the little smaller boats that don't want to go out there and venture out to the jetties, all up over here by the McDermott docks and out here in front of Fina docks. There's been slot reds through here. There's still bull reds out a little deeper over this structure. Cut mullet or live mullet or even menhaden or ladyfish. If you come down towards Brown Root Flats, this edge all through here, live croaker first thing in the morning. There's been trout hanging off on both sides. There's some rocks out here by Point of Mustang. This is a good area. Today we had a little north wind, so this be perfect to work this edge all through here. Live croaker, just be careful of the ships. When you see them big ships come in, you might want to get out there in that little deeper water because they make a big wake and they suck a lot of water. So just be very cautious out here when you're out here by this ship channel. Out here over Pelican, right now up against these rocks and even out a little deeper. There's some scatter rocks out here. Live croaker or live shrimp under a popping cork or even a plastic. Been trout hanging around here out in front of Pelican. On the backside up against these flats, there's a little cove in here. There have been a pot of redfish hanging around here. Live mullet, cut mullet, or even cut menhaden. These wells that come off of Pelican right out here, there are some trout hanging off on these. There have been some big gaff tops out here. So there's still good fish all around Pelican right now. I'm starting to notice some the mangrove snappers coming in. Anywhere you can find any kind of structure, pilings, rocks, just a piece of shrimp. We've been catching pretty good little mangrove snappers. You can come back over to East Flats and start working these potholes through here. Cut mullet or even cut menhaden or even live mullet have been holding pretty good fish. The shallower you get, the more careful you need to be. But they have been back here skinny up here by Coyote. So all this area back through here been holding pretty good redfish. And even this shoreline coming down. You can work for trout first thing in the mornings. As the sun comes up, then jump in a little tighter. And the redfish will be up in these flats and these potholes and these sand holes up here. You can come on down to Flato. And Flato, the black drummer starting to trickle in. So this is a good area to target redfish and black drum through here. All around these cuts and little coves in Flato. Everybody's pretty pumped up for trout season. First thing in the morning, coming down here all the way from Quarantine Shoreline, all the way down towards Trailer Island, all the back out in front up here. Live croaker, man, it's pretty good trout coming through here. Just remember that limit is still 17 inches to 23 inches. You only allow 3 fish, so if you'll work this edge first thing in the morning with some live croaker, and then as the sun pokes up, Then you can come back into Corpus Christi Bayou, and then you can get up here skinny in the old terminal and all the way over to the Klondikes. There's been redfish hanging around in here. There's been black drum hanging. So same cut baits. If you're throwing plastics or your favorite topwater plugs, there have been some pretty good fish hanging all around here around the Klondikes. You can also work the old terminal. The old terminal on both sides been having black drum and redfish, just working these rocks that are in between. Just be careful, you know, there's some areas you can't go across right here. So just kind of be careful because you don't want to knock off your lower unit. But on each side of that terminal, been holding pretty good fish. Island, you know, 4, 3, 2, and 1, up tight, working them sand holes. Been holding redfish also. Cut mullet seems to be the ticket, or cut menhaden has been working real well. Those of you that like to fish Corpus Christi Bay, out here at the L head, all this area first thing in the morning, been some pretty good trout, and the mangrove snapper have been showing up. So any of these rock structures through here, rock jetties, I kind of like to work in the entrances in between each one of them. There have been pretty good numbers of speckled trout. There's been a few redfish, but there have been some mangrove snapper working through there. Also, you can come out here to the wells. It's a perfect time of the season when the bays are calm to jump on these wells, put on your fish finder, go around that well, and once you find that bulk of the fish, live croaker or live shrimp, free lining, either one. But all these wells out here this time of the year have potential of catching a good box of trout. Also with some black drum. And I know the pompano are going to make it out this way. So any day now, there's going to be some pompano out here. If you want to jump up on Portland shoreline, Portland shoreline's a good time of the year, especially with live croaker. Working these piers out here. Been pretty good speckled trout out here. If the wind is blowing and the water's breaking, you want to put them baits right there in that white water, right where it's breaking. These trout act like they're in the surf still out in the Gulf, and they'll run that shoreline just like the beach. So if you see that white water, get up there in that white water. If there's no white water and it's that calm, some days they're out a little deeper. Some days they're right up tight. But just kind of go back and forth and work it. There's been black drum over here on cut shrimp. You know, so there's been still pretty good fish working all of Portland right now. If you get over here to Ingleside up against these docks, there have been pretty good mangroves up on these rock piles all the way down to Key Wet. The redfish, they've been out here in these little drains that come out. Each one of these little drains that come off this island, their potential catching good reds through here, cut mullet or cut menhaden or even cut ladyfish has been the ticket. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Monte Graham.